Team Talk Podcast, episode 35. Myself, Samuel Law. Got coach me. What you say, mate?
Samuel, welcome back, man. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
You're a married man now and that, so you got to step up to the plate and that.
I don't feel different, you know. It feels the same.
That's a different topic for a different day, man.
Yeah. If you haven't heard that the glass is in the back, that's because we're sipping some yak today. You know, I think it calls for it with the Man United form, which is where we're gonna start. Obviously, we're in an international period right now, so there's not much football. So we're just gonna, and obviously we haven't been here for the last 2 weeks. Sorry to the fans, but we're here today. We are gonna talk about United's woeful start to the season, and just, is it too early to say crisis or?
There's no crisis, man. It's just people. What it is, yeah. People just want everything tomorrow, today. There's no patience going on. Like, I can clearly see what's going on. I don't understand why other United fans cannot see what is going on. It's clear what is going on. Whether it's Woodward or Solskjaer, whoever it is, it's clear what the plan is. The plan is to get rid of players and then get the players that he wants. Let me ask you a question, Samuel, this season, yeah? Who's been our best players?
Our best players? It's hard. I mean, I'm going to say our new signings, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire has come in and has done well. Daniel James.
Okay, so you just said them three. Who signed them three?
Yeah, Ollie. I mean, it's good, very good signings.
So this is what I'm saying. So in that 25-man squad that we got right now, yeah, who are Ollie players?
Yeah, I mean, those three players. And then some of the, I mean, Twanzebe, you can see.
But this is what I'm trying to explain. None of them other players, apart from the three players he bought, I know 100% definitely Ollie players. That he's the one that's put his stamp on it. These are the men that we want. These are the men that we brought in. And the three that he's brought in have clearly upgraded our team. They have been the three best players so far this season. So why are we on this guy's back so much? Because it's an 11-player game that we got to play. He's already brought in his three players, and now he has to rely on the riffraff that in his mind that he's been left with at the end of the day. Now, don't get it twisted. The players that we've got, we should be doing better against the Rochdales, the Starners, it's Newcastle.
Crystal Palace at home.
Palace, we should be doing better. But I put that more than the players. I'm sick of looking at the manager, yeah, blaming the manager. How much times are we going to blame the manager? And we got these same players that are still there. At some point, we're going to have to put our foot down and say, you know what, guys? These men are just not good enough. Would McTominay get into a top 6 side?
Nah, I'm not going to put McTominay in there.
No. But I'm saying McTominay's done decent, but McTominay's like the Phil Neville of back in the day. Do you get what I'm saying? That will come in, that's supposed to just do a job at certain games. He's not supposed to be our main midfielder.
I agree. 100%. Okay, I agree with that.
So now the pressure's on him unnecessarily. So we're now judging him, just saying he's not good enough. It's not that he's not good enough. It's just that he's a good squad player. And I'll put it down to this, Samuel. I've summed it up now. We've got so many players that are good enough to be in a Man United squad. We have hardly any players that are good enough to be in a Man United first 11. That's what it comes down to. A lot of those guys that are in our first 11 would be good squad guys to come in, and if there's an injury here or there, to come in and try and do a job. But if you ask those boys to be in a starting Man United 11 week in, week out, they're not good enough.
The thing, look, we're going to dissect this because there's quite a few things to talk about with this, yeah? I'm going to start by saying, first of all, just for the purpose of this, I'm going to play devil's advocate a bit, yeah? Because I am kind of on the same side of you in terms of, like, why are we panicking right now? Like, let's just hold out. And I did say it after the West Ham game, which I went to go and watch, and I did an interview, like I said, with the United stand. And even the comments, it was half-half. It was very mixed reaction. Some were saying, this guy don't know what he's talking about. Ollie's done. Get him out. He's not the man for United. And other guys were saying, this guy's talking sense. Like, let's just wait. Why panic? We've gone through all these managers. Let Ollie kind of put his stamp on the team. However, I will say, yes, he's brought in these 3 players. And they have started well. But I'm yet to see a style of play from Ollie. I'm yet to see... And I know I'm going to compare it to Lampard, yeah? But you can see what Chelsea are doing now. The way they're playing, front foot football. Ollie, I haven't seen kind of a way to say, okay, boom, this is how United are playing. Other than the counter-attack, which is obviously, with the players that he's got, it is a counter-attacking team. It's not really a team that's going to have possession. It's a team that we get the ball, we let the other team have it, and we break. Hence why at home, when the onus is on us and we have the ball, we just can't break Astana and Rochdale and these teams down.
I mean, the only problem I've got with Ollie right now is this 4-2-3-1. It's just annoying now. Like, it's too static. It's too predictable. Like, if you're playing against a 4-3-3, I've said it so many times. You're playing a 4-2-3-1. It's so easy to mark the players, and we don't have a number 10. So to me, you can't play a 4-2-3-1 if you don't have a number 10. We don't have a number.
He's
10.
playing Mata in the number 10, which is what's making like this. Ollie, I'm on Ollie's side because I keep on reiterating. I'm not this kind of new age fan where it's like the social media, get him out, and then you'll be another manager, get him out. I can't do all that, yeah. But he's not doing himself any favors. Like Mata is clearly done. Like he hasn't got it.
But I've said about Mata. Remember when he signed his new deal? I said what it was about. It was about keeping good characters in the dressing room. It wasn't about his football. Mata has been done for 4 years ago. I've been saying that he's not a Man United player. He's too slow. He slows everything down too much. He's just a B-Tech version of David Silva and them guys. But
he was a passenger against Newcastle. He was hiding like.
But that's what he is, and he's been like that for the last 3-4 years. So when guys were clamoring for him back in the day, I see on them fan channels and Mata did this, Mata did that. Mata ain't been doing nothing. He's not a Man United player. We like to play fast. He's not quick enough to play that ball fast. But he's there for good character. He's a good character. Ollie's come in. He's seen he's a good character. He's gave him a 2-year deal. Okay, that gives Mata a bit of security and whatnot. But I'm sure he'll be out by this summer or the end of next season. He'll be done anyway. So I'm not even really focused on Mata. But in terms of Solskjaer, what he's letting me down with is just play 4-3-3, bruv. And just go with it. I'm sick of seeing Pereira right wing. Number one, I don't even rate Pereira anyway. He's just, how he got through football, I'm not sure, because he's just technical.
I'd rather Pereira plays in the middle. If it's a 4-3-3, let him play in the middle.
But that's my whole point in terms of play McTominay DM, because this is what catches us out so many times in games. Because we play a flat 2, nobody knows, the 2 in the middle don't know who's supposed to cover the middle and protect the back 4. You think you're protecting the back 4. It looks like that on a piece of paper. But when we actually play in the match, there's so many times, especially Newcastle as well, the ball goes straight down the middle of the middle 2. And there's no DM. Whereas if you have a DM in the middle, you can have a pivot on the right and a pivot on the left. So you can shut down the middle spaces. And for some reason, Ollie's not doing that, which is very annoying for me. And like you said, he's not helping himself doing these things. Like, I'm fine going through what we're going through right now because I can see the vision.
All right. You're fine going through it right now, yeah? And a lot of fans are. But we're in this kind of, which brings me to my next bit, yeah? We're into this like day and age where it's very fast, quick. Results, And like I said, Ollie, he hasn't, I mean, what's it? 2 wins in 9 in the league, 3 wins all season, hasn't won an away game since PSG last season. How long, because already I'm seeing it. I'm already seeing Ollie out. But how long till, the media and everyone says, nah, you know what? Ollie's not the guy.
Me personally, this will now test the board for me. This will test the board big time. The board's just got to ride this storm. I don't care if we end up 10th, 11th, 12th. I don't care. As long as I can see a clear rebuild, we're going to go through this pain. I've seen what Solskjaer's trying to do. He's trying to get the right players at the club. And I've always said this, if he's the man, to me, he has to be the man that's going to take us through this transition. The next question after that is he good enough to be the man to kick on?
Thank you.
Transition?
Thank you.
So for me, I'm happy for him.
No. Let me answer that.
Okay.
I said on the fan channel, I said, Ollie may not be the guy for the future because I don't think he is.
He may not be.
I don't think he is.
He may not be the guy for the future.
However, he's a man for now.
Yes.
He's getting rid of Deadwood. He's trying to replace or bring the identity back of the club. So it's gonna take a while. Now, getting to the next step, the next level, he might not be the man for it. But the issue you face with that is that the new manager that comes in, is he gonna now have to, get rid of players
because what will happen is with the new manager coming in, with signing Maguire to a 5-year deal, signing Wan-Bissaka to a 5-year +1, this, that, and the other. The next manager coming in will have a clear vision of, I've got players to work with long term. Do you know what I'm saying? So even if Ollie was there for like 3 years, let's say he was there for 3 years, that's a chunk of Maguire's contract. That's a chunk of Wan-Bissaka's contract. And he's built something. So the next manager coming in, he doesn't have to do I have to get rid of the Sanchez and the Lukaku and this and that. He's got good young enough players that know the Premier League, experience in the Premier League, that Oli by then would have had enough transfer windows to hand over to the next manager to now kick on. That's why we don't know if Oli's going to be the manager of the future. But for now, getting rid of him and getting who? Who do we have to go and get now? So we go and get a new manager. What do you think that new manager is going to say? Oh, well, listen, I don't know about maybe Wan-Bissaka. I don't know about Maguire. Maybe I need a quicker centre-back. What? Now we have to pander to his thing to say that, oh, I can't do my job if you're giving me players from another manager. So what are we going to keep doing? Blaming managers. Just go through the pain, okay, that you have to go through. Whether it's 12th, I would rather us just drop out of Europe completely and concentrate on the league next season. So that's the
one game a week.
One game a week. That's what Liverpool went through.
Yeah. Liverpool and Chelsea at one point.
Yeah, they went through the same thing. One game a week so we can build. Then, because we won't have enough games, you can send the Chongs, the Gomez's and all send them all that out on loan. Send them all out on loan so we can concentrate on the first team who are ready for the first team and we can kick on. All this overreaction is just...
Let me ask you though, yeah? Would you say the players down tools when Jose was coming to the end of his managerial career at United?
No.
You wouldn't say they're down tools, yeah?
I just don't think they're good enough. This is what I'm trying to say. It's not down in tools or whatever. You're just not... Listen, as a professional footballer, whether I like my manager or whatever it is, yeah? Obviously, I know they're human beings and not robots. But when I'm coming up against Crystal Palaces and the Leicesters and that, my pride is at stake as a footballer. I'm just going to do what I'm doing. I might not listen to my manager's instructions because I'm not feeling him anyway and I don't feel his football. And
That's what I'm trying to get at, though. Do you see players kind of down in tools for Oli eventually, like, bro, this is dead, man. This formation is dead. You're dead.
What I'm saying, what players?
Boy, the players like Pogba,
Name me who's got clout. Apart from Pogba, name me who's got clout. Pogba wants to leave anyway. I've always told people about Pogba. The move was from Juventus to United for the Adidas money. Big up Adidas a little bit more. You spend 3 years at United, whatever happens, cool. And then you make your big money move to Real Madrid. Cool. That was the move. That's Raiola's moves. That's what he does. From United to Juventus, back to United for big money, and then move on for big money. One more move for you. That's what Raiola's move is. But apart from Pogba, who's got clout to look at Solskjaer and say, yo, this guy's not doing it for me? Who's got clout? Who?
I mean, if there was one, it would be De Gea, but he signed a new contract. So
yeah. De Gea. So even De Gea signed a new contract. Obviously, there's not a lot of clubs that was in for De Gea, but
even that, can I just explain? Can I just touch on that? Yeah, and this is more Woodward. This is not Solskjaer. I know Solskjaer as a manager, you don't really care the figures. You just, if you want a player, you want him. Yeah. De Gea, clubs were linked with him. Yeah, he hadn't signed his contract. Cut the story short. Other clubs signed keepers. PSG signed keepers. I think they signed Navas. Barcelona had their keeper. The top teams that were in from bought keepers. Now, as the CEO, whatever he is, wouldn't you have your business hat on and say, okay, we don't really need to give this guy that money anymore because there's no...
But there's no point because if you don't do it, then you have to go and spend another 70 mil and go and get a Kepa.
No, but my point is, where is De Gea going? He would have signed. He would have been like, you know what?
That's what I'm saying, but we don't know. He could have went to a PSG or whatever it is. You just don't know. If you got the keeper there, just sign him and get rid of that position. It's as simple as that. He's there for the next 4 or 5 years. Cool. So he's got... Because don't forget, with the keeper and the back four, they need to be connected. This is what I'm saying. The contracts need to be connected where they're working together. Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, hopefully Tuanzebe when he comes in. If we get a new left back, which we need definitely, and then De Gea, we need that back five to have a bit of continuity in there. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you've got to give him the extra money, which has been a long servant for us, and yes, he's had a dip the last year and a half or whatever it is, just give him the money so we can keep him there for 5 years. So now we don't have to worry about going to get another goalkeeper for 70 million or whatever. And then we still have to pay his wages afterwards.
Yeah, but the wages that De Gea is on, isn't going to create like a Sanchez issue in terms of teams, other players are going to be like, this guy's he's got the big bag.
It's not. Me personally, when people talk about Sanchez's money and Sanchez's issue, the reason why people have got an issue is because Sanchez never performed. That was the issue. He's getting that much money and he's not performing. So you got people like Martial coming up for renewal. You got people like Rashford coming up for renewal saying, yo, do you not want me to stay? Yes, we want you to stay. And he's on what? 450 or whatever he's on? You surely going to give me half of that, or you surely going to give me 250 because I'm playing better than him.
Yeah. So it happened with Ramsey and Ozil.
So that's the whole point. So with De Gea, they won't look at De Gea like that because he performed. He's been performing. for the last 4 or 5 years. He's been performing. So no one can look at him and say, yo, does he really deserve that money? Yo, there's not keepers around like that. I'm not a big De Gea fan because I don't think he commands his box enough. I don't think he's a commanding presence back there. I think he's just a technical keeper that's a good shot stopper and loves to do up his socks when he can. But apart from that, he don't command his area. To me, he doesn't. When crosses are coming in, I'm thinking, yo, if Maguire's not in the vicinity, we're in trouble. That's what I'm thinking. He's not a keeper that comes out. De Gea's. I don't see that in him. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just that's just not him. I'm not a big fan. But for the keeper that he is, certified that position, which Woodward has. You got him for the next 4 or 5 years or whatever it is. Give him the money that he's got, and then just keep it moving. That's what you got to do.
So that's what I was saying in terms of like, how long can this go on? Yeah, because we can't keep losing against Newcastle, the West Hams, the Crystal Palaces. And I understand you're saying, you know what, it might be a blessing in disguise. We don't end up in Europe next season. You know, it's just write the season off. Yeah. But I'm saying with the likes of the social media guys, and you know, there's guys on the fan channels that are.
I know who they are.
You know,
Rants and all them guys. I'm gonna say their names. The Rants. Certain guys. I like Flex. Flex is cool. Flex is very balanced. I like the way he talks and whatnot. Certain guys like Rants and then this Goldbridge guy or whatever. They're the typical knee-jerk reaction fan base that I don't like. But sometimes they hold weight. At the end of the day, they put so much pressure on. That it's just like, yo, this, that, and the other, where fans should be thinking for themselves and whatnot. So I get that, but
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if these like results keep happening, I know you're saying you want to see what the board does, but is it going to be a point where, you know, the Woodward's going to be like, boy, we have to just get rid of this guy? And
just what I'm saying, you can't now. It's now come to the end of the road because guess what? Woodward, we all know, people are on Woodward anyway, as it is. If you sack Ollie, that's every type of manager that's
had all the managers, yeah.
All the managers. You can't tell me nothing. But who's the common guy picking those managers? Do you get what I'm saying? And he's the same guy that's there getting 4 or 5 mil paycheck every year. For what? What are you getting that money for? We're not being successful. So now you've gone and bought Maguire and all these players that fit the profile of Man United that Solskjaer said that he needs. You go and sack him and bring in who in? Who are you going to bring in? That's what I talk to all United fans and what.
I mean, they're saying Allegri.
Samuel, really? Really?
I saw it on Sky Sports.
Really? Allegri? Really? Is that what we're going on now?
What, you don't rate him or you don't think it's happening?
What I'm saying is that the players ain't good enough. Especially, see if our squad the way we started this season, we can't afford to have injuries. We can't afford to have Martial out. We can't afford to have Pogba out. We don't have the squad depth. And unfortunately, it's happened. Those key injuries have now happened and it's killing us.
But that's my thing though. At the start of the season, yeah, we all saw the squad. So we should have been prepared that, you know what, if injuries happen, yeah, this is going to happen. But guys are acting like we had top players and these results are out of the blue. Like, this was potentially going to happen.
Yes, potentially was going to happen, but you can never foresee a lot of these injuries. But because the plan was, I'm telling you, the plan was for Woodward to get these guys off the wage bill. That is the first plan. That's why Ollie said it's not going to be a one window fix. I know everybody wants to see these players out. Then you want me to bring 5, 6 players in. It's not going to work, guys. You need to give me windows to work. It's not one window. Do you get what I'm saying? And what kills it as well, the Premier League was so smart enough to close their window 2 weeks earlier than they normally do. How's that going to help the manager at the end of the day? And Man United was one of the teams that didn't want to vote for that, for the window to close when the Premier League started. Do you get what I'm saying? So you've got to give him time.
So Lukaku scored was it 600 goal for Belgium? Is it 600? No. 50th. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Ronaldo. Ronaldo, yeah. All right, so he's scoring basically. Lukaku. We all know he's a goal scorer. We know what he's capable of. He wasn't the right fit for Man United, a lot of us said. But how do you feel it looks on Solskjaer that he didn't replace him? I'm one of the people that was saying there's no rush to replace Lukaku because, like I said, he wasn't the right fit. Let the other players, come through like Martial and that. Now Martial's injured. Rashford he looks like he needs a break. He just looks done right now.
Looks like they need a break.
Rashford, he looks like he needs a break.
No, Rashford's always needed a break. Rashford's always needed a break. He's overhyped. And another one of those English talents that just a racehorse that just runs in green grass, and he's been found out.
We're not scoring at all. We're not scoring.
And you'll never score with Rashford being your number one option. You'll never score.
See, Martial was mine. And the thing is, I didn't account Sanchez to leave before the end of the window. I didn't think he was going to leave. When Lukaku went, I didn't put Sanchez down to leave.
I really don't mind what's going on at United. I can clearly see what's going on. If people don't want to be patient, then that's up to them. If the board don't want to be patient, it's also up to them as well. But I can clearly see that you have to let Ole do this rebuild and finish it off. Who you want to get after that is up to them. Now, going back to Lukaku, what you're saying, we've always known he's a goal scorer. Any football fan that knows about football knows he's always been, everywhere he's gone, he's been a goal scorer. He's just not easy on the eye. That's what it is. But guess what? West Brom fans won't mind it. Everton fans won't mind it. But once you step up to United, we need a little bit more. But his goal record speaks for itself. He was the number 9, and his job, what he gets paid to do, is to score. What it is that the build-up play, and people didn't like Jose's football, and then when it popped into him and his feet, he's bouncing off, and then it was just a whole load of stuff, and then got put on Lukaku. Oh, Rashford's better technically, this, that, and that. Yeah, he might be better technically, but he ain't a goal scorer. We don't even know what Rashford is. Do you know what Rashford is? Does anybody know what Rashford is? We don't know what he is. Is he an 11, a 10, a 9? We don't know what he is. He's definitely in a 10 because he ain't got the intelligence to do it. But we all know he's not that player. So, but I don't mind getting rid of Lukaku as Solskjaer did, because I know there's another striker that he's have in mind. Now, I think it's Dembele who he's trying to get. That's who I think it is. But in fairness, I can understand why he's trying to get Dembele. Dembele is very similar to Lukaku, but better technically. He can play with his back towards goal, which a lot of the times Martial can't, which will give us another better option. Switching. You know what I'm saying? Different teams for different sort of strikers. Right now with Martial, it's just forward. If you don't play the ball through, he doesn't really do the hold-up play stuff. With Dembele, I've seen him a few times for Lyon, even when he was at Celtic as well. He does a lot of back to the goal stuff, but he's
I watched him in the under 21s. He was very good.
Though. Yeah. Like, so he's no the difference between him and Lukaku. Lukaku, that first touch will bounce off him, whereas Dembele, that first touch will stick, and he's got the technical ability and the strength to hold up the ball. So if it is Dembele that Solskjaer wants, once again, to me, that's another smart signing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not no big Di Maria or Falcao and stuff like that, but it fits the mold of the team and how the team is going to play. Yeah. So if that's the striker, I'm happy.
I mean, it brings me on to my next thing. Before we wrap this Man United talk up, in the summer or in January, we got 2 windows, yeah? So January and summer, yeah?
You don't really count January. But
yeah, you don't count January, but who would you like to see at, realistically, who would you like to see at Old Trafford?
Midfielders, I can't really say too much because I haven't kept my eye on Bruno Fernandes. Everyone's gassed.
I'm still saying Bruno, January.
But I don't know if people have been watching him since the season start. People have been talking about last season. I'm talking about this season. So midfielders, I'm not too sure. Hopefully, Ollie and them lot have done their scouting, and
which has been poor scouting.
They've identified the players that they want. Yeah, because they got to prepare for Pogba leaving next season. So midfielders, I'm going to skip out. Wingers,
I can't skip out midfield because it's the key. Right now, we're lacking creativity.
If you want a top quality midfielder, they're probably all in Europe and cup tied and stuff like that. So their clubs are not going to.
Can I start before I'll bring it to you then? Because I feel like midfield. If you've been watching Man United matches, you'll see that it's easy to say we're not scoring goals. The strikers are not doing it. Rashford, but I'm seeing Rashford make runs. But I'm seeing side to side passes in midfield. Okay, so I would say the next 2 windows, I would like to see Bruno Fernandes, because I'm assuming Pogba's going. I'd like to see Bruno Fernandes, and I'd like to see Maddison from Leicester. And strikers, or not even strikers, I haven't thought that far about strikers. I feel like Sancho on the wing, and I'm done. I'm cool with that, I feel we need a left back.
I just go and grab Danny Rose. I just don't get the longness about what's going on with Danny Rose. Just go and grab him. You've got him and Shaw that can just battle for the left back. There's just 2 solid left backs. Nothing wow about them. Me personally, I'd like
Fred is not it either, man. I'm sorry.
Once again, Fred is another player to me that he's more than good enough to be in the Man United squad. He's just not good enough to be in the first team.
Did you see that coming though? When he came, you even thought, come on.
What I'm saying with Fred, I'd like to also see him in a 4-3-3 as well. That's another thing with Fred. I like to see him in a 4-3-3. Remember, he was playing decent when Solskjaer first come in that DM role. He was playing decent, but it's just that he's not quick enough on the ball sometimes. But going back to the signings, I would like between January and next summer, for the ones that I know, I'd like to get Danny Rose. I'd like to get Ricardo from Leicester. I'm not sure about Maddison because with the English inflation thing, I'm not really sure about the 80+ million for thing. I'd like to get Bangerwin. I think that's his name, Bangerwin or whatever, from Holland. He plays for Holland at the moment, but he's a right winger. I'd like to get Sancho as well. them two as wingers. You can alternate. They can play right and left.
I'm just calculating your bill. Yeah, it's coming to like 700 mil.
But what I'm saying, how much you gonna pay for Maddison?
Yeah, I mean,
You're not paying no 60 mil for no Maddison. This is what I'm saying. So people talk about Maddison, but bruv, Leicester will take you through.
Ollie said the money's there and the right players, so I don't care.
But this is what I'm saying. But Leicester will clean you out. Every penny that you've got. It's not no Bruno Fernandes. I'll drop 60 million on a Portuguese team and they'll be happy with that. You can't, like,
Madison's a United player, man. And I heard that this week he supports Man United. He's a United player, man.
If he's a United player, cool. But you still business at the end of the day.
Yeah, we'll throw the bag.
Okay,
I mean, 90 mil, 95 mil. I don't care.
95 mil on and James Maddison. Is that what you're on right now? Even though the money's there, is that what you're on? Be real with me. Is that what you're on?
I mean, I feel like even that number 10 you're talking about, yeah, I feel like he could, if you want to play 4-2-3-1, he would do well in the 4-2-3-1.
But
like, I'm just saying though.
For me, Maddison, I wouldn't be mad if you got him, but I'm not jumping up no fences talking about we need to get him at all costs. Like I'm not on that. I'm not on spend.
Well, we need something because right now our team is dire.
But that's my whole point in terms of right now. Ollie, I'm sure, is doing his work to get the players in. Do you get what I'm saying? To get the players in that we need. No one expected no Daniel James. Do you get what I'm saying? Like Maguire, cool, that was a bit bait. Wan-Bissaka, cool, he's done that. Do you get what I'm saying? The 3 signings he's brought in, you can see where he's going. Now, if he brings in another 3 or 4 in the next 2 windows, that now you're talking about 8, 9 players in the first team that are good enough. Then the players that are playing first team right now, some of them will be squad guys.
But wait, do you think Daniel James is a first 11 or a squad?
He's not first 11. But what I'm saying is that right now, for what we've got, he's been performing. Yeah. And he should be getting the 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, bedding his way in. And if his form is good, then we keep him in. Right now, he has to play.
Yeah, so I know I said we're coming off this, but actually that brings me to the academy, yeah? I feel like people have been very harsh on academy players. I feel like a lot of times we've seen, you know, young players come from academy on various clubs, yeah? They're able to, like, develop because they've got experienced, good players beside them. I feel like with the circumstances at United, it's almost like the young players have been put out on the pitch and said, fend for yourselves. Like, there's if you got one matter as your senior player to help you, you're going to be by yourself, basically. And I feel like the Chongs, the Gomez, McTominays, the reason they're getting I think has been harsh is because they haven't been able to, you know, kind of been in and out of the team. Even Rashford, like in and out of the team. These lot are actually called to come in and try and change the situation at United. I feel like that's too big of an ask right now.
Okay, so now if you go with your argument, I'll play devil advocate now about our youth team, academy or whatever. So if you go off that, what's Chelsea then? What have they really got around them, experience-wise? For Hudson-Odoi, Mason.
You got Willian, you got Pedro. What, in attacking or
it's
anywhere? You got Kante. You got
Kante. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, Willian, you got Willian. These are players that are no.
Listen. Come on now.
You got Giroud.
Come on now.
No.
Listen,
but wait.
Listen, what I'm saying is that
we've got Ashley Young, Maggie.
Listen. What sometimes you just have to do. Yeah, sometimes there's certain players that are just not good enough for Man United. Yeah, if you look at everyone's youth team, the top clubs and whatever, obviously City just don't promote their youth team at all because Phil Foden's just overblown or whatever. But when you're talking about the ones that are coming through for the Chelsea's, Arsenal, we are behind them, guys. Gomez is not what you think he is. Chong is not what you think he is. I see Chong against Astana.
I got Chong wrong, man. He was woeful against Astana.
Chong is one-footed. Okay. First of all, get that trim. That's number one. Yeah, get that
so
trim.
erratic.
Yeah, just he's not ready. Gomez is not ready at the end of the day. I've seen enough of Gomez. Right now, I'm saying right now, he's not ready. Our best academy product, like I said before, from the last 6 years has been Axel Tuanzebe. He's the only man that I've seen, the portion that I've seen him on, and say, you know what, he can go into the first team. If he was in our back line with Maguire, I wouldn't mind that whatsoever.
I'm not saying it. He will replace Lindelof by the end of the season.
Even in Newcastle, there were certain camera shots where they were showing him close up when he done some good things. He's screaming at players. Yeah. He's screaming at players and demanding them where to go. I like that in my player. Is Lindelof doing that? Surely not. He's not doing that. But I've always said Lindelof is a B centre back. I never said he's an A centre back. But Tuanzebe and Maguire moving forward, I won't mind that one bit. Yeah, but he's our best academy product for the last 6 years. Not Rashford, not Greenwood, not Chong, not Gomez, not Garner, not Williams. None of these guys. It's Axel Tuanzebe. He is our best academy product. Now, in saying that, Chelsea's best academy product, Hudson-Odoi, Mason Mount's proven to be well. Abraham's coming through and doing his thing.
Tomori,
do you get what I'm saying? Is now coming through. He's like an Axel as well back there. So if you look at our quartet and their quartet, Chelsea's quartet is better at the end of the day. If you look at our quartet and Arsenal's quartet, I think Arsenal quartet is better. I think Willock, Reece Nelson, Saka, even that guy that's on loan, I've seen enough of him, Nketiah. I think they're better than what we have in the academy. It's just because once I said this before on another podcast, it's because we are so ingrained in our history to bring academy players through. So anyone that looks semi-decent, we're overhyping them. It's not like Arsenal and Chelsea. They're not used to bringing academy players through. So when they bring academy players through, it's top players. With us, it's like we have to. It's ingrained in our DNA. Do you get what I'm saying? So if Jimmy Garner's half decent, yo, you need to put Jimmy Garner in there. If Scott McTominay's half, yo, you need to put Scott. These guys are not getting in other people's teams. Do you get what I'm saying? But I do get what you're saying about experienced players, but we're just not in that position right now. That's what it is. I just don't think the young players coming through, I haven't seen enough of any of them to like warrant that, you know what, it's because you ain't got experienced players around you. I just don't think when you're playing against a Starner and them.
Greenwood, I do feel that, but I feel like before it started off like, oh yeah, we got a young player, Greenwood. To now it's like, if he doesn't perform well, he makes a mistake. Guys are on him. Like this is a young 17-year-old. Like,
well, he's 18, but what I'm saying is that with Greenwood, he's definitely a squad player. First team, I don't see him right now. I wouldn't have him in my first.
He should be nowhere near the first team, but obviously the circumstances. No. I mean, he shouldn't be a starter, but he's definitely should be given time because he's definitely a player.
I'll give Greenwood all the time in the world because I've seen enough from him. But Greenwood and Tuanzebe are the only ones. Everybody else needs to stay at under 23 football or go on loan. That's what it is. Don't wait for Solskjaer to give you opportunity.
No, but Solskjaer's saying that guys like Fred and Matic and Mata, I might as well play the youth because you lot are not doing anything better.
What I'm saying is that right now, he's not going to do them. He's going to just play those guys out. At the end of the day, Fred's on big money. Mata's an experienced player. Matic is these guys, this is what I'm trying to say about the cycle. You've got to just go through this. I know it's hard because we can't have a transfer window every month. Do you get what I'm saying? You just have to wait to January. Then you have to wait to May. You just have to wait. You can't just rush these things.
Yeah. All right, cool, man. Cool. Do you want some more work? Fill me up, man. What's happening at Spurs, man?
Certain guys are sleeping with certain guys' girl, and
do you believe that?
Of course, I believe that 100%.
Because I saw it, but I swiped it straight away. Like, 100%. Come on, man! They showed the black eye of Vertonghen.
Let me tell you why I believe that. Because the first game of the season, remember, Vertonghen wasn't playing. He was out in the stands. Ali was injured and all that, and they were in the stands, and he was wearing dark shades. No one knew why he was wearing dark shades and whatnot. And they kept on asking Poch afterwards, like, "Yo, we see Vertonghen in the stands, and he's classed as fully fit. So why didn't he play?" And then Pochettino said, what? Tactical reasons. This is why the Spurs fans were going mad at Pochettino. Like, what do you mean tactical reasons? He's our best centre-back. So why is he not playing? But obviously, when things happen like that in the background, as a manager, you've got to do the best to protect what's going on.
I know they have history, like they were at Ajax together, right? Eriksen and Vertonghen, yeah.
So what I'm saying is that I believe that story for the simple fact that even Vertonghen's out of contract.
What is the story for people that don't know, because they might not know what we're talking about?
Basically, Vertonghen slept with Eriksen's wife. Yeah, basically. So now you got to think about the team spirit there. That's just caved in the whole dressing room. And then obviously apparently Kane smacked up Vertonghen, this, that and the other.
It was Kane that punched Vertonghen?
It was Kane that punched.
I know they said there was a bust up actually. Or am I thinking of something else? It was Tottenham, innit?
It was Kane that apparently threw the punch at Vertonghen and Black Eye and this, that and the other. But what I've also heard as well in that dressing room is that there's certain guys that don't even feel Kane himself, especially after the Champions League thing. Because remember, he weren't fit.
And Mora should have
played. So it's all this sort of stuff like the Dele Allis. There's certain guys in that dressing room that are not feeling Kane as it is. So mix that in with Kane punching Vertonghen sleeping with an next man's wife. He wants to bust out to Real Madrid. But Pochettino's just like, yo, what the hell? I need some new players, Levy. And do you know what I'm saying? I need some new players, Levy.
Wijnaldum just scored a banger, man. Yeah. 2 goals for Netherlands. We got the Netherlands versus Belarus game on, but going back to
so that's why Pochettino was just so frazzled at the beginning of the season. People didn't understand why. our Tottenham fans are like, yo, Vertonghen's in the stands. Why is he in the stands wearing shades and this? He's fully fit. And what do you mean tactical reasons? Obviously, when a manager says tactical, Fergie used to do that all the time. And then when old players used to come out at United, say, yo, Fergie used to just find man and just drop man for the next game and just tell next man he has an injury or what. It happens all the time, bro. To protect your team, you can't come out and say, yo, my man slept with Eriksen's wife, so the dressing room's just messed up. He talks in riddles, Pochettino. If you listen to him properly, he talks in riddles, as in like he's trying to say something, but he can't go all the way and say it at the end of the day. So that's why he was talking about, oh yeah, I'm so glad if the window's shut, this, that, and the other, so I know who I'm working with, blah blah blah. He probably wanted Eriksen to go, to be fair, just for the situation to clear itself out. But now Eriksen's there for the rest of the season. Why is Eriksen not been starting?
I mean, if you're a footballer, if it's football reasons, you just be like, cause obviously, no, not football reasons, but if it wasn't that, then you just be like, cause he wanted to go Real Madrid, his head's not in the game. That's what you would say.
So why you put him in the squad?
Because he's still a good player.
No, but his head's not in the game. So if he's not going to start him and he's fit enough to start, why put him in the squad anyway? Oh, so his head's in the game for 20 minutes. So 70th minute you bring him on and his head's now in the game. But in the first minute, his head's not in the game. That don't make no sense.
And you got obviously Lloris now. Lloris is injured. He's had a couple howlers. Even the way he broke his arm was a howler. He's out now. So you got another keeper in there. I don't know who this is.
Tottenham's gonna go through. I did warn Tottenham fans that I know that you're going through the same thing Arsenal fans did. Like, you didn't believe it at the end of the day. You want to do the whole, we're gonna do 61,000 so we can one up Arsenal and all that sort of stuff in our stadium. That's cool. But you have to understand that £1 billion stadium that you paid for comes with interest payments. The bank want their money back. Yeah, so that Undembele signing that you got and rare, that was it. Done. Window finished. You're not getting no more players. That's it. So be prepared for those sort of windows. Unless an Eriksen goes, a Vertonghen goes, you sell a couple other next man and bring in revenue. You're not going to be in the transfer market like that. Me personally, I would cash in on Kane if I was Spurs. I would cash in on Kane.
Ollie?
Listen, 100 mil plus Rashford, I don't mind that deal there. I'll be real with you. I wouldn't mind that deal there. I just give man Rashford. I would not mind that at all. But I would cash in on Kane. Clearly, I would cash in on Kane if I was Spurs.
Because I mean, everyone at the start of the season was saying, yeah, the top two sorted. It's going to be Liverpool, City, or City, Liverpool. Then Spurs third. Automatically, everyone's predictions, everyone put Spurs third, yeah? Would you still put Spurs third in at the end of the season?
Third place is up for grabs right now.
Yeah, I think it's not as confirmed as everyone thinks it is.
Third place is up for grabs. It's up for grabs for anyone right now. Even right now, second place is up for grabs. Like, even though I think City will come back into it and whatnot.
We're gonna get onto that in a second.
But it's right now. It just looks like second downwards is up for grabs. The way it's looking right now. So, but we'll see, man. Spurs are definitely not a lock in for third. That's for sure. They're definitely not a lock in.
Yeah, so let's move on to I messaged you on, I think, last weekend, and I said to you, bro, let's just come to terms with it now that Liverpool are going to win the title. So come the end of the season, it's not going to be so much of a shock to us, and it's not going to pain us as much because we've already accepted that Liverpool are going to wrap this title off City, because City are just messing up. And even that Liverpool game where they got the penalty in the last second of the game and Milner puts it away, you're thinking, yeah, Leicester have done it. And then O'Brighton brings him down, and it brings Mane down, and Liverpool get the 3 points. I'm looking at it, and I'm in St. Lucia at the time on my honeymoon, and I'm looking at that. Boy, this is the kind of form, the championship winning form, like just those little things that happen. And come the end of the season, they're going to be title challenges. You said to me,
well, I said to you, I'm just going to wait. Like, I'm a United fan, so that would be my worst nightmare if Liverpool end up winning the league, got man like Jordan Henderson lifting up the trophy.
You to the Champions League, man. I'm used to it already.
No, but that's Champions League. Liverpool have been lifting Champions League, so it's not really a big deal in that area. But catching us on 19 titles, we're on 20, I'm not really feeling that. Do you get what I'm saying? So, but for me, in terms of Liverpool, the biggest thing that I've seen from them, the biggest thing, and it's been for a while, they don't get injuries, man. They don't get injuries. Man City, De Bruyne has dropped another injury.
No, but we said that City, their injuries, because they've got the squad, players can get injured and players can come in.
They can get injured, but at the end of the day, it's still a squad. Like, the guys on the bench are on the bench for a reason. At the end of the day.
No. Let's not change that now. We said City literally have like for like.
Listen to what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. In terms of City, their bench is so strong, they can walk into other first teams like United's. That's how bad our first team is, that their subs bench can walk into our first teams. But it doesn't mean that when you level it up against their first teamers to their bench players, do you get what I'm saying? And whatnot. So that's just how you got to look at it. But they get, like, City get key in, like, De Bruyne's a key
Sane,
injury.
even though people are not,
Sane,
Sane's
this is
a
what I'm
big
saying.
injury.
Big injury. De Bruyne, big injury again. He's injured again. Do you get what I'm saying? Laporte, their best defender, injured. Company, gone. Do you get what I'm saying? So these are the things that you got to look at as well. But Liverpool, Van Dijk don't get injured. Mane don't get injured.
The fullbacks are just flying every week.
There's no one that's getting injured, G. There's no one that's getting injured. So when you're not getting injured and your first team are out there, sometimes you might make a tweak in midfield. You might bring in a Henderson for Milner or just a little tweak because they just work hard anyway. That's what they're about. They're about collecting miles.
Keita's out, but they don't miss him.
But this is what I'm saying. But that midfield has been designed to do mileage. Not quality, mileage. Get the ball. I don't want to see no fancy stuff and just get to the front three and let them do it. And then the fullbacks are moving. So basically their forward line, is Mane, Firmino, Salah, Robinson, and Trent Arnold. That's their forward line. That's their forward line. And then the three at the back there, Wijnaldum, Henderson, Milner, you just need to protect the back there with Van Dijk and whoever's playing with Van. That's all it is. So that's why they're so potent, because the fullbacks don't get injured. The front three don't get injured. And everybody else is getting injuries. Everyone's getting injuries. So for me, Liverpool, they've been doing that for a long while. I don't know what they're doing in training or whatever's up there in the water.
Because that obviously, even they're saying now, Ole is he's running the guy. He ran the guys too hard in preseason. Ole wants to do this whole running. The team that runs the most is always kind of the top team. But Klopp is running these guys because you can't try and tell me Trent Alexander and Robertson are not doing mileage. They're not getting injured. Like, they're just, you know what I'm saying?
Whatever's in the water in Liverpool, they're not getting, when their side of Liverpool, they're just not getting injured. Whether it's luck and whatever it's training regimes or mentality and the energies of thought or whatever goes into it, whatever, they don't get injured. And it's been like a while, It's been, when's the last time the front three were injured? One of them.
No, I remember Mane was out, but then Shaqiri came in at the time.
For a period of time where you're just like, yo, wow. Yeah, it could be a couple of weeks or whatever it is, but not a long bit, like De Bruyne.
And even when, I remember there was last season, there was times when it was like, yeah, this so-and-so player's out for a while. Then they came back in like a month or 3 weeks, and you're like, wow, they're back already, man.
It's not a while. Yeah. I think their longest injury has been Alisson.
And even when Alisson got injured, I was one of the guys going, boy, the way Liverpool play at the back, and it's going to be a big blow. Adrian's coming and, he's making top saves in that.
At the end of the day, Alisson's been their longest probably injury out of everyone. And even though he's an important player as well, he's been their longest injury. That's what you call an injury loss. Not the couple weeks and he'll be back and stuff like that. But their front three, their fullbacks don't get injured. And that's been the key thing for them.
And I'll say that Wijnaldum, I'm going to say he's one of the top centre midfielders in the league. He's actually been the most consistent, and he just comes in and does his job. I know I'm watching the match now, Netherlands, Belarus. He scored 2 goals. He just scored a banger. But he, like, as you said, when you described the midfield, like, listen, nothing fancy, just work hard and get, that's what he's doing. That's him down to a T.
He just does his job to a T, like you said. He just does his job. That's all I'm here to do. I'm not trying to be Mane. I'm not trying to be Salah, and I'm not trying to be Firmino. I ain't even trying to be Henderson or Milner. I'm just trying to do me. And if I do me, it's going to be good enough. But I'm trying to do me to the best of my ability and keep it moving. And that's the thing about Liverpool players. They all realise what their job is. They all realise. That's why they don't care who scores. Because they know what they know that they're all important. Klopp knows that all of them are important in order for the front three to work. The rest of the team are important at the end of the day. And that's what it is. But like I said, they don't get injured. And if you don't get injured, listen, you got a better chance than obviously guys that are getting injured and have to make shift. And
do you give Klopp his credit now? I remember at one point, like a year ago, we were here on the podcast and you were saying, yeah, Klopp, he ain't done nothing yet, blah, blah.
He ain't done nothing yet. He ain't won a trophy and he won the Champions League. So now you can't say nothing to him. He's won the Champions League. He's now down in Liverpool history at the end of the day, because that's what they do, the European Cups. So you can't say nothing to him now and whatnot. But now his thing is, it's that Premier League. That's what it is for Liverpool fans. It's that one Premier League. Since the Premier League started in 1992, you ain't won it. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why.
How many points are clear are they right now?
I think there might be like 8.
8 points clear of City at this stage already.
I think they're. Oh, I don't. Is City even third? Ain't it Arsenal or something? Oh, second. Who's second? Is it still City?
I don't. I'm assuming it's City.
Okay, well, whoever it is, I think they're like eight points ahead.
Do you see them having like a blip? Like I know they're gonna go to World Club Championship. You know when.
No, listen, they'll have a blip. How long that blip is, I don't know. It could be 1 game, 2 games, but if that, they still.
Will City even take advantage of it?
That's the whole thing. Or anyone right now, anyone. We can't just be relying on City. City is the best bet, but for me, the way City.
I never thought I would come to the point where I was watching a City game, and I was like, I was angry. I was shouting, bruv, do your job. Like, I'm shouting at for the City to win. It's a bad time right now as a United fan.
As a United fan, you know City will never catch us up on titles. They'll never catch us up. They're nowhere near close to us on titles.
I'm used to them winning the title.
Cool. But that's what I'm saying. But with Liverpool, they're on 18, we're on 20. They win this season's title and they look well equipped to win the following season's title. Then they're on 20 and 20 and they've got 6 European Cups and we've only got 3. This can't be going on. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying about you got to be patient, Ollie, because they were patient with Klopp at the end of the day. But don't forget, Liverpool were chopping and changing managers for a long time too. Even when the successful ones like Benitez and that, they were still chopping and changing them lot. Do you get what I'm saying? But they gave Klopp the time to do what he's doing. 4 years later, he wins the European Cup because he's got his boys in to do their job, and now they're a well-oiled machine. A lot of people look at Klopp and think, oh, wow, Klopp, man, in a year, you've done a lot. No, it hasn't been a year. It's been 4 years, but I've been doing my work under the radar. And as soon as we shot up to the top, now you can see the work that we've been putting in. And it's the same with Man United. But if Man United fans are not going to be patient enough to let Ollie do his work, then don't be a fan of the club. Just be a fan when it's the good times. If you're not a fan when it's the bad times, don't be a fan when it's the good times.
Too many. You put it the best way. Yeah.
Too many United fans are spoiled and too knee-jerk at the end of the day. Go through the process. You've got to go through the pain to get some gain. That is what it is.
A fan is a player, someone that supports their team throughout. Like, that's what a fan is to me.
That's what it is.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And especially when there's a clear plan of what's going on. If people are too blind to see the plan, then it's up to them. We've clearly look at the players that have gone out of United. We've clearly seen the plan, but obviously we're going back to United. But that's just the example that I'm using in terms of rating Klopp for, and also rating the Liverpool board for being patient with him. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? They took the 140 for Coutinho, but they gave it straight back to him and said, "What do you want?" He said, "Boy, I need a goalkeeper. Here's Alisson, 70 mil. I need a centre back. Southampton wants 70 mil. I'll go and get Van Dijk." Do you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I rate him for that.
Alright, cool. Ozil is rumoured to have put his house up for sale. That's what I'm hearing anyway. Now that could be anything. That can just be like, boy, them Turkish brothers are after me. Let me move to, London Colney or whatever. I don't know, North Enfield, Barnet. I don't know. But that could also mean that I'm not playing. Emre is obviously not feeling me. I'm not in the team. This Danny Ceballos guy, even though he's on loan, he's coming and he's done his thing. I'm gonna bounce. Do you see anything in it? Like he's on his way out, or what do you think about that? And if it is the case that he's on his way out, where does he go? What can he re-energize his career? Is he done? Or
Ozil's been done. In Arsenal terms, he's been done. Like he hasn't been motivated. Obviously, he got that contract or whatever. And he's just chilled. At the end of the day, I think Emre has come to the point where it's like, listen, I'm going to get sacked anyway. I might as well go down with the players that I want to go down with and do my thing. All this pandering to next man, and he's on 350 a week, so he doesn't play good enough for me, and he doesn't fit the team, and he doesn't work hard enough. So I'm just going to go down swinging. So I'm not playing Ozil. So anyone asks me about Ozil, I'll just say the other players are playing better than him. That's it. If you want to sack me, sack me. You're going to sack me anyway. So I might as well just go down swinging. And that's what Emre's done at the end of the day. So with Ozil, it's been coming. It's not like it hasn't been coming. It's been coming for like 2 years now. Yeah, he's just been in cruise mode. You can't be. You're not a luxury player. Yeah. You're not good enough to be a luxury player. You're not potent like that up front. At the end of the day. So, and once again, the team is now not also built around Ozil. It's not built around him no more. Yeah. So if it's not built around you and you don't work hard, then what use are you to me? At the end of the day, I've got to bring in someone like a Ceballos or whoever it is. So I just see him on the way out. At the end of the day, I see him on the way out. Where he's going, I don't know who's going to try and buy him or whatever. Might be somewhere in the US, might be some Chinese money. I don't know. He might just go somewhere. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's gone in January. I wouldn't be surprised.
January? You reckon January, yeah?
If you're not going to be playing, What are you going to be doing? Chinese man might come and buy you.
And how much will he go for?
I don't know. Whatever the Chinese want to pay for him, or the Americans, or whoever it
When's
is.
his contract ending?
I'm sure he's got like 2 years left on that deal. I'm sure he's got 2 years, and he's not going to chill at Arsenal for 2 years, just not doing nothing. At the end, they will have to at some point get him out. You can't be earning $350 a week and you're just not playing. What are we doing here? Do you know what I'm saying? Especially for Arsenal's wage bill as well. And don't forget, the longer he stays, it's harder for them to attract good players, or even the players you want to renew their contracts, because they will say, yo, if he's still here and he's not even playing, but you want to renew my contract, you need to get close to that 350 as possible, because he's not even playing. So
Ramsey, that's why Ramsey wanted to stay, I was told. But
of course Ramsey wanted to stay, but he needs 400k.
yeah,
Because there's no, do you know what I'm saying? He needs 400k at the end of the day. So he's saying, yo, I'm working harder than him, so I can at least get 50k more than him.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And obviously Arsenal didn't want to pay him. Fair enough. So he went elsewhere and got his money. But in terms of Ozil, the longer he stays there, it will be harder for Arsenal to negotiate stuff with existing players and players coming in.
do you think Emery? So you said Emery's gonna get sacked. You're saying
I think he will. I don't think he's Edu's guy. Edu's coming as a technical director or whoever, and there's some next guy, I think. Lloyd was telling us last time on the podcast, someone else is there in charge. But I think Edu will be bringing this guy. Now, what I would tell Arsenal fans, watch out for Ljungberg. Watch out for that being the next manager. I think you also got to look at that. Because him being on the first team staff, I don't think that's an Emery thing. I think that was put on Emery to have Ljungberg on the first team staff. I don't think Emery looked at Ljungberg and said, yo, I need to have you on my... I don't think he looked at that. I personally think Ljungberg was put in that position to quietly sit on the bench, observe what's going on, and when it's time for him to go in, don't forget Edu and Ljungberg are boys, so when it's time to go in, we just push a little Ljungberg in there. He knows what we want. He knows our structure. He's also worked with the first team. He's about the first team players. He probably bring the Willocks and the Reece Nelsons through a bit more. He knows the Arsenal way. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't be surprised if someone like Ljungberg is given the manager's job.
how would the fans feel about that?
I don't know.
Because obviously, if you're getting rid of Wenger, you got rid of Emery. I mean, I'm sure they want the title. Arsenal fans, they want success. They want trophies.
They can want what they want, like. But at the end of the day, what's your first 11? What's your like you keep talking about? What's your style of play? What are you doing? At the end of the day, he needs a manager that's gonna have a 3-year plan. That's gonna come in there and say, yo, this is what we're gonna do for the next 3 years. At the end of the day, all these short gaps, and Emery is a stopgap. To me, he's a stop. There's no philosophy about Emery or nothing like that. He's just a serial Europa League winner. Do you know what I'm saying? PSG League winner, which every manager is over there. Like he's a cup man. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not really a league sort of put a philosophy in place. And like I said, he was the third choice. Whether Arsenal fans want to believe it or not, he was not first choice. Once he was released from PSG, he was free. We don't have to pay no compensation. We'll get him on a 2-year deal. Come and stabilise the club. That's it, done. After that, just like we said with Solskjaer, is he there just to be a stopgap in the last 2 years, Emery? And then the next person now kicks on the team. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like I said, they might want a big name like an Allegri or something like that. But once again, once those big names come in, they want big expectations.
Yeah.
They want their checkbook. They want to buy certain players. They don't want to be told, oh, you got to work with the youth and this and that. Well, work with the youth. I'll be gone by then. By the time they flourish, I'll be gone. Yeah. I'm not trying to do that. So we'll see anyway.
Because I want to quickly touch on boxing. So I'm gonna quickly preview the Man United Liverpool game. It's at Old Trafford. How do you see that game going?
To be fair, I think Solskjaer's just going to let these guys know that, guys, see, when it comes to Liverpool, it ain't about no football here. Yeah. It ain't about no football. If you can just stop these guys, it ain't about no football. The fans will let you know whether you're one of those heroes or not. Go and ask Anthony Martial when he first come here. When he scored his first goal, that put him in the hearts of United fans straight away. When we first signed Martial and everyone's talking, who's this? Who's that? Who's this random 50 mil buyer that we don't know from Monaco? As soon as he scored against Liverpool, yeah, that's when Martial's name started ringing in the rafters, in the Stretford end. So, guys, the McTominays, all you guys that know about this rivalry, that is what it's about. at the end. I think he'll get them fired up for it, but also don't be surprised if it's a 4-0 smash.
I was just. Can we be realistic, please?
Listen, but don't be surprised with both. Don't be surprised if you get a great performance. I'm talking about work rate, not football wise. Work rate in terms of like, wow, like these boys are really giving effort. Don't surprised to see that, and also don't be surprised to see, this has been coming. Yeah. Newcastle.
Who do you think is gonna be back for that game? Is Pogba still? Because Pogba, to me, boy, he might not be rushing back to from injury. He's probably thinking, boy, you lot was saying it's me. I'm the reason why United is failing. Let me just chill here, innit?
To be fair, a lot of people would say that, and I would believe it if there was no international breaks. He ain't been playing internationals as well. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not even like he's getting his fun football with France as well. He's just injured. And because he's injured, he cannot play with his international teammates. So him having that attitude doesn't help him. Because that's where he gets his most fun. At international level, playing with the top guys around him and stuff like that. So if you're not doing that, and you're not playing for United, I don't think that's what he's doing, personally. But I don't think he'll be ready either.
You don't think he's gonna be back for that game?
I don't think him will be ready. I don't think Martial. It's all about workman-like performance.
If Martial is not back for that game, is trouble.
But what I'm saying is just work. It's just work. Don't be fancy, guys. It's just work. McTominay, just run your ass into the ground. That's what James, just follow Trent all day long. You got to man mark him. That's what you got to do at the end, because you're not going to go for quality with that team. It's all going to be about work. That's all it's going to be about.
2 questions. Would you switch it back to 4-3-3? And would you, who would you play out of Lindelof and Twanzebe to partner Maguire?
I would play 3 at the back against Liverpool.
Pardon?
I would play 3 at the back. I'd play 3 at the back. I would play Twanzebe, Lindelof, and Maguire at the back. That's what I will do. Because I don't trust Ashley Young in the back 4. Wan-Bissaka, I don't even know if he's going to be back. And if he's not going to be back, then boy.
Dalot has to be wing back.
I don't trust them two there as a back 4. So I need cover behind them. But they can also get forward. Then in the 3 in the middle, I want to see a triangle. I want to see McTominay there at the end of the day. I think, this is where the key thing for us. Like, who else would we pick?
Fred is not it, man.
But no, we can say he's not it. But what I'm saying, from what we've got, who would you pick?
McTominay, Pereira. If it's a 3, McTominay, Pereira, and who else we got? No, wait, who else we got? Pereira? Oh, Matic. Matic. Yeah.
But once again, if he comes in, it's another flat 2. It won't be.
Going by that formation you said, because as you said it, I'm thinking might work, because you're right. Dalot and Young. I don't trust them either in the back 4.
Yeah,
so if it was a 3-5-2,
and just put James and Rashford up front. Yeah, that's it. Just run around, you two. You two just run around. Literally, just put pressure on the back 4. Yeah. That's it. You might as well just, bruv. It's the back that I'm worried about.
Give me a scoreline. No ifs or buts, or if this happens, just give me a scoreline. I'm saying 2-0 Liverpool.
2-1 United.
All right, cool. It came out today that Anthony Joshua, or Eddie Hearn, said that if Anthony Joshua wins the rematch against Ruiz, he's gonna vacate his title and he's not gonna fight Usyk. Not really the news, but how long do you see Anthony Joshua in this game?
What title was that?
I think that IBF, was it?
Yeah, I just think. I don't know. Like, I remember when I said about Anthony Joshua, the way he's been talking and stuff like that. I just think that he just knows he's not going to get the Wilder thing. And that's what he wants at the end of the day. He wants the whole undisputed thing. And you can't keep holding on to the belts, waiting for the undisputed thing. That's why I keep telling people about getting onto Wilder a bit more. And people are letting Wilder off the hook at the end there. Because if he beats Ruiz, what's stopping the undisputed thing? Tell me. Why is he going to fight Fury? Can anyone explain that to me?
No, because they've signed the deal prior already.
Why has he signed it prior? This is what I'm trying to say.
I wasn't happy about that either. I wasn't happy about that.
What would you do? You would say, you know what, Ruiz and Joshua fighting. No problem. I have to fight myself. So I'm going to fight Ortiz. If I beat Ortiz, cool. I've got my belt. Ruiz, if you beat Joshua again, you've got the other belts. So we'll do undisputed. And Joshua, if you win the belts, we'll do undisputed. But why is he going to sign a 2-fight deal?
He says it's because obviously the first fight was so close and people feel that he lost it.
And fans like you let him get away with that BS. And then when is Joshua saying, yo, as soon as I win that thing, I'm vacating that to Usyk. Because I don't want to fight Usyk. because I'll be forced to fight Usyk. I don't want to fight Usyk. I want to fight for the undisputed belt. Why are people not getting on to Wilder? Can anyone answer me that? Nobody's answering it. But as soon as Joshua says, yo, I want to drop the belt, it's now, how long is he going to be in the game? Listen, how long has Wilder been in the game? And he's never been in an undisputed match. Can someone answer me this? He's just had this one WBC belt for ancient years, but has never gone for the other belts or nothing like that. At the end of the day, people need to start getting on to Wilder. Because if
I'm on to him now. Because even the Ortiz rematch, I didn't really want that. He's already dealt with Ortiz, and I was so impressed with the way he did it. He didn't need to run that back.
He don't want no Dylan White and nothing like that. He knows that Ortiz is just gonna come out wild.
But I wouldn't want Dylan White either right now if it was AJ that I wanted eventually, because Dylan White is potentially a slippery. He's a slippery opponent.
This bad guy, this guy's talking about, I'm the king of the division and this, that, and the other. Joshua's dealt with White. So why can't you deal with White? You say you're a bigger puncher than Joshua. So as soon as White feels your power, he'll be gone. At the end of the day. But that's what I'm saying about Wilder. Wilder gets away with a lot of stuff, and we don't let Joshua get away with the same stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? Joshua's clearly saying, if that's the belt that they're saying I've got a mandatory use, I don't want to fight Usyk. I want to fight this guy that's been running his mouth for how long, saying he wants to be one face, one name, this, that, and the other. But he's going to fight Fury, who's got no belts and whatnot. Because you're saying that, it was close last time. But I thought you said you beat him. That's what you said in your heart of hearts. The count was too long. He was down for longer than 10. If you know in your heart you beat someone...
Public perception is that he lost, isn't it?
Listen, public perception has been the undisputed thing. That's been public perception at the end of the day. So why is he not doing that? Because he knows at the end of the day. He knows.
Fair enough. Quick shout out to Errol Spence as well. Had a major car crash. Did you see the video footage?
Yeah.
Bro.
Where was he going?
But who knows? Probably linkage or something. Bro, you just won a title. Maybe linkage, innit? Fly into linkage. Got that message at 2 a.m.
Just keep it,
bro.
Range Rover-ish. Nice.
Them light cars, they fly. I heard he got ejected out of the car, bro.
Where's he going at that speed? Where's he going?
I don't know.
In the purple sort of. Where's you going?
However, he came out unscathed. They said that he didn't break no bones. This is how I know he's God gifted, because
he's probably just putting, bro, he needs to slow down.
Yeah.
He needs to slow down. All this racing or whatever, because there was no one around. No. There was nothing around,
flying,
and he just spun. I'm thinking, bro, I know you're in a Ferrari or whatever he was in, but where you going?
Yeah.
Like, relax, guy, you're a box. Like, relax.
True. But obviously, Terence Crawford is still on, from what I'm hearing, and I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, get well soon, Errol, man. Come on, man. We need you out here, bruv. What do you think of that fight with Sean Porter? Have I even covered that?
No.
Oh yeah, quickly. Quickly. Did you watch the fight?
I watched the fight, man.
Aye. Sean Porter, he's such an ugly fighter, man.
I thought he was gonna say something else. Sorry, I thought he was gonna say something. I thought he was gonna rate Sean Porter.
No. He's an ugly fighter, but I'm gonna say that Kell Brook dealt with Sean Porter better than Errol did.
But guess what? How did Kell Brook fight?
Errol was in a fight. Errol was in a
How
fight.
did Kell Brook fight him?
He boxed and moved.
It's a boxer move. Do you think Errol can't do that?
Why didn't he?
Errol just stood in the pocket. Said, yo, if that's what you want to do.
Made for an entertaining fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If that's what you want to do, I'm going to show you that's what I can do. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to bang or whatever, I can show you. But you don't think Errol can box and move. Like Kell. Look what he did to Kell.
Yeah.
Kell ain't been the same since Errol Spence. Do you get what I'm saying? So, everyone jumping on this Porter, it was entertaining because Errol made it entertaining. Yeah. He stayed in the pocket when he didn't have to.
Very good fight.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, where he didn't have to. Yeah. At the end of the day, so
he was taking punishment, but he maybe wasn't trusting it. He wasn't rating Porter's power.
I just don't think he just rated Porter anyway. He didn't rate Porter. But let's say someone like Crawford was a big puncher. He wouldn't stay in the pocket. He would box and move.
Better not.
But that's what I'm saying. But he would box and move. Yeah. At the end, with Porter, it's just like you said, he's so messy and whatever it is, he's just looking for that one lucky punch. Yeah. At the end of the day, that's why it made it entertaining. But yeah.
All right. Yeah, man. Quick shout out to Israel Adesanya, my guy. I know Coach is not a UFC fan, but he put on an excellent display against Robert Whittaker in Australia, in Whittaker's backyard. Second Nigerian champion now, no doubt about it. He was the, what do you call it?
And he got Ghanaian descent or something.
Oh, what are you talking about, bro? Fully Nigerian, bro. He was the interim champion. Now he's the champion of the division, and he's called out Paulo Costa. So that fight is gonna happen soon. So yeah, man. Good times ahead. Hopefully, good times ahead for United. We'll be back next week. after the Liverpool game. So if we're downbeat, you know what it is. But yeah, have a good week, guys. Peace and love. 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 Peace and love.